Welcome to Crushing Kayfabe. My name is Jason Garish, and thank you for tuning in. Before I get too crazy with everything, wanted to send a shout out to Then and Now Flea Market in Trenton, Tennessee. Thank you for having me perform on Saturday, and thank you for everyone that came out. Had a great time. Once again, congratulations for making it 2 years. Great little store. My wife and I have some things for sale there. If you're ever in Trenton, Tennessee area, please check them out. They're not hard to find because they're right in the middle of town, right in the town square there. Really nice store. Ended up singing a lot longer than I thought I was going to, so if I'm a little bit hoarse, that's why. But still, a great time. Everyone that came down to participate and to come hear me sing, thank you very much. We even had a goat. I mean, had a goat for the kids' pet and everything, and the adults, because a lot of adults love the goat too. But it was a great time. Great time. Thank you to the owner, Cheyenne, for having me down again, and it's always a really awesome time when I get to celebrate local businesses and kind of be a part of their success and help them along the way, which is awesome. So thank you everyone that came out last Saturday. Thank you very much. When and the rain started picking up at one point, we thought that we were going to have to call the whole thing off as far as musical performance. I was out there with a tent, and luckily I had some individuals helping me out, thankfully, hold that tent together. But it passed very quickly, thankfully, and we actually had a beautiful day the rest of the day. So thank you, everyone. I know my wife shared some live video and of my son and myself and everyone that was there. And like I said, it was a real good time, and I'm really grateful to be a part of it. Before I get too involved, too, I'd like to acknowledge, send a thank you out to some of the listeners who kept me in check. I think I had incorrectly said that EO Sky had pinned Asuka, if I remember correctly, and it was actually Bianca Belair had won the match, if I remember correctly, and had like the shortest reign, I think, in women's history for the belt. From what I understand, they're trying to jack up her numbers. So I don't know. A lot of people are going to think that they're shoving her down her throat. I like Bianca Belair a lot. I think she has a lot of potential. I think she has actually even more potential as a heel, to tell you the truth. And maybe that heel turn will occur when fans turn on her. Right now, though, she's way too over with the kids and with everyone. But yeah, once again, shout out and thank you guys for catching me on that one and taking me to task. So please, if I ever screw up on it, don't feel afraid to ever let me know or leave a comment in the comment section below, because it helps me out, it helps everyone out, and it draws more attention to the show. So I'm gonna kind of jump around here because since we don't have a live event occurring anytime real soon, like I said, I'm gonna kind of jump around from federation to federation, from show to show. First of all, on Raw, what the heck happened to Sami Zayn's arm? I had at one point hoped that was fake, but apparently it's going to be like an abscess that needs to be drained, kind of similar to what John Cena had years ago. That looked scary. That did not look good, and it looked painful. So hopefully Sammy's gets better soon, because that did not look fun. Because both Zayn and Owens are hurt right now, so that hurts the tag team division significantly. But get well soon, and hopefully we'll see both of them on television soon again, competing in more matches. We did on Raw. We had a really good confrontation between Miz and LA Knight. I got at one point I actually got worried during this promo because Miz was doing such a great job of getting himself over, and he really did a babyface promo there, and it was great. what a great promo. He killed it with that. It kind of reminded me of the promo that he cut on Daniel Bryan / Bryan Danielson years ago. Great promo. Lots of reality you could tell to it. And you can tell The Miz is passionate about what he does. There's a guy that's so highly underrated in a lot of ways. He'll never, I don't want to say never, but he's such a great positional player. He's such a great, kind of six-man off the bench. So vital to this organization in so many ways. Is he one of my favorite wrestlers? No. Do I want to see him get a title run? No. But I think he adds a lot to the product, and he does so much. So much. Is he the ace pitcher? No. Is he the closer? No. But he's a tremendous setup guy, and he did a lot to help get LA Knight over. And like I said, I was getting a little scared there, but obviously LA Knight's experience showed through, and man, can this guy talk. He turned it right around. It's funny because I love the fact this is little things like this, little details are what I love to hear and see, is when LA Knight even said, hey, I think he gained a few on that one. Stuff like that to me is brilliant because it acknowledges reality and acknowledges things on the fly, and it just it made him look so much better. LA Knight, like I said, I used to watch this guy in NWA. I used to watch, I can't even remember if I was seeing him in TNA, but always enjoyed him. Especially I enjoyed him being teamed up with James Storm. I loved him on the mic, and those two squaring, just going off on each other was absolutely brilliant. And then this promo battle was excellent. I gotta hand it to both these guys. Miz did a great job, and then and this is the type of thing that concerns me about someone like a Austin Theory. Austin kind of proved that he can't really go on the fly and he can't really improv. John Cena ate him up alive, and this is the type of thing that LA Knight is just great at, and they allowed him to shine, which was awesome. Really brilliant. Made both guys look great. I just can't say enough about that segment. I really thoroughly enjoyed that segment. And like I said, I was getting worried there for a split second, but Knight came through and proved to everyone why he's so popular and why he's got such a big push now, and rightfully so. What do we have on Dynamite? We had FTR and Young Bucks being announced for All in London. Young Bucks challenging for the title. I don't know. I am so sick of the Young Bucks. I really don't want. I don't know. I know people love the Young Bucks. It's two marquee tag teams. I think it's going to be a good match, and FTR is going to pull a great match out of them. Actually, I should say. Not that the Young Bucks are horrible. Once again, I'm just so sick of these guys. I really am. And a part of it is because of the whole CM Punk situation. I really, really can't stomach to see these guys sometimes, but I think it's gonna be a good match. It's gonna be interesting. They've got a couple of marquee things now. We've got MJF and Adam Cole fighting for the title, and we've got this for the tag team titles. So we've got a few marquee matches that are going to be going into this. It's starting to take shape, so should be a great event. And I know the English crowd, surprisingly enough, has always been very good, so it should be a good time. MJF did some incredible pandering to the crowd. He's the guy is incredibly charismatic. I wish the booking had much more direction with him. This is gonna be fun, I think. Several people pointed out that It looked like Adam Cole was making a motion of stabbing him in the back. We'll see how this all pans out. I think it could possibly be that Adam Cole turns on him and MJF becomes a much more sympathetic heel, possibly. So I'm not heel. I'm so sorry. Sympathetic babyface, I should say. So, moving on to let's say SmackDown. Like I said, I'm just taking some very key points that kind of caught my eye. I'm not really going to cover in depth of any of the wrestling things because they're really, like I said, there's no major premium event happening this weekend or anything. So I'm just kind of taking off the top of my head some things that kind of caught my fancy. SmackDown, we had Jimmy come out and confront Jay and say that he did what he did so that Jay wouldn't become an asshole. Pardon my French. I'm still not liking this. I think they're in panic mode. I think they know they screwed up and screwed over the best thing they had going, and they're in panic mode right now. Jimmy, I could have bought it a little bit more if he actually sounded and seemed apologetic, which he didn't. So I'm having a hard time buying this. I feel a little bit better after that because at least it gave a reason for Jimmy to, and a motivation for Jimmy to attack Jay. Really, really not feeling this whole thing. They better come up with a big storyline. I think they panicked when. This is just a theory. I don't know what happened. I don't have any backstage news or anything, but I'm guessing and speculating that when Roman got hurt off of the suicide dive from Jay, I'm thinking they called an audible at that point, and I'm guessing Vince. This reeks of Vince. I'm guessing Vince called an audible, and I'm guessing that Jimmy was probably in Gorilla or catering or somewhere, and they said, "Get Jimmy, send him out there, and have him attack Jay." I don't think this was planned. I don't think this was in the cards. I think they're panicking because Roman does appear to be hurt. Even though they're not announcing what Roman's injury is, they are. All signs are pointing to him being injured. So he might have some time off. So I guess they're prolonging the Bloodline storyline with a feud between Jimmy and Jay. That would be my guess. That would be my absolute guess. Because I don't have any insider information on that. Don't know. But it really, really, really reeks of desperation. And it reeks of Vince McMahon. And I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy at all. I mean, there's so many other ways they could have gone with this. And they should have already had a plan B planned out. Maybe this was their plan B. I don't know. But, I mean, if you look at like the Attitude Era and whatnot, one of the reasons that made that so over with the fans was not just the whole over-the-top violence and sexuality. It was also the fact that everyone had a storyline, and there was always a plan A, B, C, etc. Everyone had his place. It was there was continuity between the storylines, and that made sense. And that's the main reason why, excuse me, the Attitude Era is so popular and remembered so fondly. It's not necessarily because of the exploits that they did and taking everything up to the next notch. It's also because a lot of stuff made a lot of sense. So this isn't, it's almost like WWE hopes that we have a short attention span, don't remember anything that happened in the past sometimes. I mean, this just reminds me of, I was speaking to a coworker about this. I said, this reminds me of when TNA had Bully Ray reveal himself as the leader of Aces and Eights. And it made zero sense because he was getting his ass whooped every single week. So it made zero sense. Why would you beat the living daylights out of somebody week in, week out, just to have come around and say, "Oh, I told him to do that"? what moron in their right mind would do that? I'm sorry. I think Billy Ray has a good mind for the business. I don't know if that was Eric Bischoff booking right there or maybe Hulk Hogan booking, but this reminds me of that because it was like a ploy that made no sense. It's a plot line that makes no sense. And Jimmy came in, beat up his brother, and took his title away, or took his opportunity at title, I should say, away from him to prevent him from becoming a jerk. Well, I hope that none of my friends think I'm becoming a jerk because I really don't want anybody to come out and super kick me in the face. They can just, I'm just telling you guys right now, you can come up to me and say, hey, you're becoming a jerk, cut it out. And I'll be fine with that. I just don't assault me, okay? Please. I'd really appreciate that. I mean, moving on from that, I mean, we had Collision. Collision is still probably my favorite show to watch every week. I think Collision is pushing Dynamite to be a tiny bit better. Dynamite still has major flaws, but it reeks of Tony Khan's booking all over it. But Collision appears to be so much more of a cohesive product, and they're featuring a small group of performers and highlighting them, and it makes so much more sense. Every now and then there's some misses, things fall apart. It happens. It's wrestling. It's live. And people get hurt. Storylines, people don't show up. Storylines have to be changed last second. It happens. We had Ricky Starks suspended for 30 days because of his attack on Ricky Steamboat. But apparently he has a manager's license, so he can still show up. I like that there are repercussions for actions, at least. I mean, that seems like something that WWE has kind of gotten away from, and same thing with Dynamite. One thing I did not like about Collision is this whole Book of Hobbs thing. What is the Book of Hobbs? I'm sorry. That was never explained to me. It's kind of nonsensical. But what I do like is him calling out Miro and having a feud there. I think that these two guys going at it is going to be a really good feud. They've rebuilt Miro's character to be this killer destroyer heel. And now having him go up against somebody of Hobbs' size, this is going to be fun. I hope they set this up for All In. I think that's going to be a really good feud. I just have a feeling. And the passionate promos between the two could be really, really interesting. I like the way they look in the ring and match up. And, it's the anti-AEW. It's two big guys beating the hell out of each other, and I'm looking forward to it. Just great. I like that booking right there. What I don't know if I like yet is the new makeup for Malachi Black. It kind of made these guys, him and wow, my mind is going completely blank. I'm sorry. But it made those guys look like a ripoff of a Swedish death metal band. It really did. I was wondering if they were going to go out and burn churches afterwards. I don't know yet if I like that makeup on Malachi. I haven't decided yet, or on the other gentleman whose name for some reason is eluding me right now, and it's really making me angry. What I am glad about is that they're still champions. I did like that fact. And I like the fact that they're building them up into a very potent trio and very potent stable right there. So I'm happy to see that. So I really do like all of these guys, and I hope that they do well. The whole sit down moment between CM Punk and Malachi Black, I thoroughly enjoyed too. I really thought that was a great moment. Having CM Punk kind of play the same mind games against Malachi, and that was really cool. I enjoyed that quite a bit, and having those two face off, because physically they match up so well together. I mean, Malachi's faster, he's more flexible, but just when you pair that up against CM's ring experience and whatnot, and his charisma and his personality, the two physically just look like they match up very well, and they both have MMA backgrounds, obviously. So that's a singles match I would love to see in the future. Absolutely love. And I know that they've been training together too, so that's something to look forward to right there. I really want to see that. Samoa Joe dropped in for a visit during that match. So it looks like they're furthering the feud between Samoa Joe and Punk. So I'm wondering, is this going to be at All In too? I haven't seen it announced, but it kind of looks that way, doesn't it? That we're going to see Samoa Joe versus CM Punk. I can live with that again. Let's see what happens. I think All In's looking to be a very solid card from what I can see so far. But there's only been a few matches announced. We'll see what else develops over time here. I'm assuming they're going to have Jericho somehow in this. I mean, he's a big name, obviously. The British fans are going to want to see him. So we'll see how this all shapes up. But yeah, like I said, I'm probably enjoying Collision the most of any show, with SmackDown being second. The only reason that it's kind of overtaken SmackDown in a lot of ways is because of the whole Bloodline storyline kind of jumping the shark. But hey, like to thank everybody for tuning in. I'm kind of running out of time because I've been rambling a little bit, but once again, if you get a chance, go down to Then Now in downtown Trenton, Tennessee. Tell them that Crushing Kayfabe sent you, and go check out my booth. I don't have any CDs in there right now. The last one was purchased. I've got to restock that. So check back with them and see if I've done that. But whoever purchased the last CD, thank you so much. And all the people, like I said, who came out and attended the event was great. Like I said, it looked like I was going to get rained out there for a few minutes, but thankfully everything turned out to be a great day, and the store was packed from most of the time. So what a great job all around. I hope I don't know if Cheyenne's listening, but great job. Thank you. Be sure to check out CrushingKayfabe.com, Crushing Kayfabe with a K. While you're at it, check out Patreon.com and do search for Crushing Kayfabe, Crushing with a K. And once again, for $1 a month, you can get all the shows ad free. So you can get all the videos, all the audio for ad free, and you help keep the lights on here. And I really appreciate it. I'm missing one light right now only because I was too lazy to unpack my bag with the extension cord in there. But other than that, help pay for the lights here. I'd really appreciate it. And, sending prayers once again continually to Ukraine, and hopefully that situation gets resolved soon, because it's affecting the global economy. It's affecting a lot of different things. We're seeing prices double and triple here, and I honestly think that's one of the reasons, because Russia is such a gigantic supplier of oil to the world and whatnot. That's obviously affecting us, and not to mention that we're sending so many millions of dollars over there to help out. So hopefully this gets resolved soon. We can hopefully get this economy. I know it's a horrible thing to be thinking when people are dying, but hopefully we can get things straightened out and kind of settled down. But other than that, once again, like I said, I probably a million things I'm supposed to mention, but I apologize. What I would like to say is, everyone, be safe out there. Thank you for tuning in. God bless.